Time doesn't wait for anyone. No matter how much you plan or prepare, the perfect moment isn't going to magically align itself. Speed isn't just about being the fastest, it's about knowing when to act, when to seize the opportunity before it slips away. Life won't hand you second chances, and opportunities, much like time, are impatient. Speed is the key, but don't get it twisted, it's not just physical. It's a mindset, an attitude of acting in the moment without hesitation. Have you ever been left behind because you didn't act when you should have? Because you hesitated? Or maybe you waited for the perfect opportunity that never came? That kind of thinking will destroy you. The difference between winners and losers lies in their ability to spot a window of opportunity and move quickly when it appears. Acting while others are still figuring things out is your edge. Agility in life and in battle is an advantage you must learn to wield. In the end, whoever controls time controls the game. Don't sit around waiting for things to happen. Don't wait for the right chance. Be the change. Be the one moving the pieces. The time to act is now. The question is, are you ready to move, or are you still waiting? Victory often isn't about being the strongest, it's about being the fastest and most timely. Opportunities don't come knocking politely, waiting for you to open the door. They show up in chaos, in the most unpredictable moments, and whoever is sharp and ready to strike takes the lead. When you hit at just the right moment, you not only throw your opponent off balance, but also take control of the pace. Ever noticed how the biggest mistake isn't facing a challenge, but waiting too long to act? Time is one of the most powerful weapons you have. By knowing when to strike, you do more than gain a fleeting advantage. You throw your opponent into such disarray that they can't respond effectively. A well-timed move creates a ripple of confusion that's impossible to counter with equal strength. Don't wait for perfect conditions. You need to be ready to act at the right moment, even when everything feels uncertain. Agility, awareness, and quick decision-making are what make a leader or a winner. It's what separates those who sit back and wait from those who take charge. You've got to be like a predator, poised for that exact moment to pounce, without hesitation. When you act decisively, no one has time to defend themselves, and you've already seized control. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and opportunities don't line up in an orderly queue. When they show up, you've got a narrow window to act. Every second you hesitate is another second your future drifts further out of reach. Opportunities are fleeting. They appear like a flash of lightning and vanish just as fast. The trick isn't waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's being ready to grab it the second it appears. If you're not on the move, ready to leap, the chance is gone, leaving regret to take its place. You know this, don't you? You've missed chances. You've watched moments slip by and felt the sting of regret. The truth is, opportunities rarely announce themselves. They don't show up with neon signs saying, "Here's your shot." They're often disguised, hidden in the simplest situations. The big mistake is sitting around, waiting for the stars to align. Real strength lies in realizing that opportunities are created as you move forward, not before you begin. So, what do you do when opportunities arise? Do you prepare to act, or do you freeze, waiting for the perfect moment? True winners don't wait. They adapt, they move, and they make their own luck. They understand that every little opportunity is a stepping stone to something greater. There's no room for indecision. When you see a chance, you grab it with everything you've got. But acting fast doesn't mean being reckless. It's not about rushing blindly. It's about being so tuned into your surroundings and so clear about your goals that you can spot opportunities before they fade away. When you act confidently and accept that time isn't going to wait, you start to own the game. Next time an opportunity comes knocking, you'll know waiting isn't an option. Success belongs to those who move while everyone else hesitates. In life, what matters most isn't how much you've got, it's how you use it. It's pointless to have wealth, connections, or even the best plan if you don't know how to act fast. The real skill lies in taking what you have and squeezing every bit of value out of it with speed and precision. Success isn't about having the largest arsenal, it's about using what you've got smartly and, most importantly, quickly. Life isn't going to hit pause while you get ready. Time won't stand still, so you can analyze more or wait for the perfect moment. Success favors those who move while everyone else is stuck in place, those who act swiftly and strategically without losing focus. Quick action doesn't mean impulsiveness. It's about making sharp, confident decisions based on what you've got and what you know you can do. True strength lies in grabbing any opportunity before it disappears. Think back to when you had the resources but missed the chance to use them. Maybe you overthought it or hesitated, afraid it wasn't the right moment. That's the kind of mindset that kills opportunities. Time and resources are limited, and if you're not using them effectively, you're throwing away your shot at greatness. You've got to move quickly, make decisions, and act without letting doubt creep in. It doesn't matter if you don't have the ideal setup. What matters is taking the next step with what you've got while the rest of the world stands still. When you maximize your resources, even when they're limited, you start seeing possibilities that were invisible before. Every quick move you make becomes another rung on the ladder to your goal. In the end, what sets winners apart isn't the resources they have, but how they use them at the right moment. The speed with which you change direction can be more devastating than any direct confrontation. Your enemy won't know how to respond when you're unpredictable. When your actions are so quick and dynamic, they can't keep up. Rapid strategy changes aren't a sign of weakness, but of complete control. You don't overpower the opponent with brute force. You outmaneuver them by adapting and surprising. When you shift gears and transform before the enemy's eyes, you shatter their confidence and stop them from reacting effectively. Life throws curveballs, and you'll have to adjust quickly. The question isn't if things will change, they always do. The real question is how you'll react. If you're rigid, unwilling to adapt, you'll get crushed by circumstances. But when you learn to pivot on a dime, you become unpredictable. Your opponent can't figure out your next move, and while they're stuck analyzing, you're already onto the next phase, a step ahead. This kind of approach takes guts. It takes courage to let go of the plan you started with, to change course midway while everyone else is still trying to catch up. That's where real strength lies, in your ability to adapt, to reinvent yourself, and to throw your enemy off balance. When you act fast and aren't afraid to shift direction, you gain control of the situation. Quick changes aren't about being unpredictable just for the sake of it. They're about wielding surprise as a powerful weapon. You let the enemy think they know your next move, then switch course at the perfect moment, leaving them reeling. When you do that, success becomes inevitable. Tempo is the heartbeat of any battle. When you control the tempo, you control the game. It's not about being the fastest, it's about being the most precise and strategic in how you set the timing and intensity of your actions. Whether it's at work, in relationships, or in life, you've got to know when to speed up and when to slow down. The secret lies in maintaining control of the tempo, because whoever sets the pace sets the direction of the fight. Most people mess up by rushing at the wrong times or dragging their feet when urgency is required. That's exactly how they lose. They don't realize time is slipping away, and while they're stuck in place, others are reshaping the path with speed and precision. The real strategy lies in knowing when to pull back and recharge, and when to turn up the pressure to throw off the enemy. Controlling tempo means knowing when to push hard and when to retreat and regroup. You need to be flexible, able to shift your focus, your effort, and even your approach based on what the situation demands. Speed alone isn't the key, adaptability is. When you stay in control of your actions rhythm, you're always one step ahead. It makes you unpredictable, yet it keeps you in a position of strategic advantage. The tempo of battle isn't just about moving pieces, it's about how you respond to change. When you control the tempo, you don't let chaos consume you. Instead, you use it to your advantage. You make the tempo work for you, maintaining your edge. Those who can't adapt to the rhythm of the fight eventually lose their way. The best plan is one you can adjust in the heat of the moment. Too often, we get caught up in the idea that a perfect plan guarantees success. But here's the reality. On life's battlefield, nothing ever goes exactly as planned. The real value lies in your ability to adapt, to stay agile and adjust as conditions change. It's not about sticking to a rigid script. It's about being flexible enough to shift course when the wind changes. Have you ever been stuck in a plan simply because you felt you had to follow every step? That illusion of control, of wanting everything to go as imagined, is what holds you back the most. Real planning isn't about predicting every variable. It's about creating a framework that can bend and flex as challenges arise. You've got to be able to pivot on the fly without losing sight of your ultimate goal. Life demands agility. You need the ability to improvise when necessary without losing direction. If you can't adapt, you'll be left behind. In a world that's constantly shifting, agility isn't just an advantage, it's a survival skill. It doesn't matter how brilliant your plan is if you can't tweak it when circumstances shift. The people who rise to the top are the ones who know when to change course and aren't shackled by the rigidity of a plan that no longer works. Agile planning isn't about reckless improvisation. It's about having a clear vision while staying flexible enough to adjust your moves along the way. When you master this, you take control of what you can and let the rest flow. That makes you unstoppable. In the end, success isn't about the plan you started with, but your ability to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. There's no room for indecision when time is against you. The ability to act swiftly is what separates those who move forward from those left behind. Real victory doesn't come from waiting for everything to line up. It comes from being ready to take the first step at the right moment, even when conditions aren't ideal. Hesitation costs you time, and time costs you opportunities that won't come around again. In life, it's not about who runs the fastest, it's about who spots the opportunity at the right time and doesn't hesitate. Winners aren't the ones who have the most time, they're the ones who use it wisely. When you control the speed of your actions, you take control of your life. True power isn't in rushing aimlessly, it's in knowing exactly when to move and how to act with precision. Now, take a look around. How many opportunities are waiting for you? How many chances have you already lost because you didn't act when you should have? The question isn't whether you're ready. It's this: will you move fast enough to grab what's within your reach, or will you just sit back and let life pass you by?